Hey guys, so this is the very first video lesson of Unit 2. It's 2.1, Translating Expressions. Now, remember, if you have questions, you can pause the video, raise your hand, come up and ask me a question. You can also check your unit schedule to make sure you're completing everything you're supposed to. Remember, your note should look just like mine. So today we're going to talk about translating expressions. Now remember, what an expression is. An expression is just a mathematical, it looks like a mathematical equation, except it does not have an equal sign. So today we're going to talk about what certain words mean mathematically. We deal with numbers a lot, but we need to understand what certain words mean. So, words that mean you need to add are, some of these are going to be a nice review. Some, more than, increased by, total, plus, and all together. Now, these 4 boxes are going to be a nice cheat sheet that whenever you see a word, you can refer back to see what operation you need to do. And we're going to talk about how these words are going to come in. Now, words that let you know that the operation is subtraction are difference, less than, subtracted from, minus, and decreased by. All you have to do is follow the directions and read the word and look and see what word falls under what operation. It tells you exactly what to do. You don't have to overthink anything. If it's under this box, it means subtraction. Okay? If it's under this box, it means addition. Now, what about words that mean multiplication? Times, product. Remember, the product is the answer of a multiplication problem. Okay? Twice. When we say twice, what we mean is 2 times something. So 2 times. Double or triple, which is the same thing as saying twice. Oh, I spelled triple wrong. Sorry guys. Triple is with 1 P. Anyways, it would be 2 times or 3 times, whatever the number is. Of is an important one, and per. If you see of or per, you know you're dealing with multiplication. If you see of or per, you're dealing with multiplication. I went ahead and erased that, give myself some more room. So n times -4 minus 11, which simplifies as -4n minus 11. This is what your simplified answer should look like. Go ahead and circle number 14 and move on to number 15. The difference of a number, I'm going to circle my variable, squared and 14. So the difference lets me know that it's subtraction. So the difference of a number squared, so n squared, and 14, the difference, so 14. Remember, the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. And the sum is the answer to an addition problem. This may seem like common sense to you guys and might not seem important. However, words matter and the order of the words matter, and grammar matters, even in math. Go ahead and skip number 16 and go ahead and circle it, and let's move on. Now, what happens if we are given the expression and we want to put it into words and we want to go the other direction? So if you look at this, this is n minus 9. What's great about this, there's some creativity. So I can say a lot of different things. If I look at my word chart, I can figure out different ways to say this. Now, what's important is you understand that this is a variable. So that needs to represent something. So the first thing I'm going to say is a number, and I can say minus 9. There's one answer. Another answer would be, if I wanted to use a turnaround phrase, I could say 9 less than a number. Another phrase I could use is if I wanted to deal with just the difference, like the answer, I could say the difference. Now, I only need one expression for the problems that you do, but I'm giving you multiples so that you see how the words work together. So the difference of a number and 9. It's extremely important, though, that your grammar and that your order is correct. Okay, what I want you to do is circle number 18 and move forward and move to number 19. So the operation that's happening right here is multiplication. So I could say, negative 5 times a number. Now here I didn't write out 9 because I was trying to save some room, but make sure that you're using the words. When we use words, you want to use words. When we're doing math, you're going to use math and you're going to use numbers and variables. So negative 5 times a number. You could also say the product of negative 5 and a number. So those are two options. I only need one, but these are the two. It might be, and I expect your notes to have all my examples as well. So go ahead and skip number 20 and let's go to 21. Now what's happening here is I've got 1/3 being multiplied by my variable. So I need to look at my sheet and see where are my multiplication words that I can use. There are two. I can say a couple examples. I can say 1/3 times a number, or I can say I want to use of this time, so you can see that and get in the habit of it. 1/3 of a number. You could also say the product of 1/3 and m. The product of 1/3 and a number. So those are 3 different examples on how to write that. Now, if you look at go ahead. Number 22 is kind of difficult, but I think that I want to see you guys work that one. So make sure that you circle that one. Move on to number 23. Now I've got 2 operations happening here. I've got multiplication and subtraction. So I need to incorporate that into the words that I use. So I can say negative 7 times. If you don't have to use the fancier words. If it's easier for you to go in order and just take it nice and slow and simple, then do that. Negative 7 times a number minus 1. You could also say the difference. Remember, the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So the difference of negative 7 times a number and 1. So those are 2 different ways that you can say that. There's more than 2 different ways, but those are the 2 I want to do. And go ahead and circle number 24. So what you're going to do is make sure you finish the independent practice problems. Check your unit schedule to make sure you're doing it right. After you're done, you'll bring your unit schedule sheet or your folder up with you along with your notes and your independent practice problems, and I'll check them, and then you can move on. If you have any questions, please just ask me. Your exit ticket's extremely important that you turn in on time so that I can do small group instruction which is the plan, I'm going to be doing small group instruction along with video lessons so that you still get the one-on-one time, you still get the instruction time with me as well. And if you have any questions, please just raise your hand or ask me. You can also message me on Classcraft as well. Okay, you guys have a good afternoon, and I'll see you in a little bit.